Welcome to day 72 of the adventure. Just realized I didn't set something. Now I can see myself. Welcome to day 72. This one's a little early today. So like I said, I have something going on this afternoon. The only other schedule change this week is going to be this coming Sunday. We're going to be at 6 p.m. So if this is your first time here, my name is Paul. I am 70 years old and learning to play the piano again. We are also testing out the beta software of the Roli Music Coach software that's an upgrade to the Roli Learn platform. And we started this last week. I think we're 5 days into it at this point, having played around with it. And so we're going through this. Things may happen during the stream. The software could crash. It's a beta after all, and that's part of the process is finding any problems, issues, and stuff in the software. But we're going to kind of work through. I think what we're going to do today is we're going to go back into the lesson line. I did work on some of those yesterday. Since we had kind of done a lot of these before, mostly what I'm looking at through these is just to see if there's any changes and differences, and then if there's any problems along the way. And like I said, since we've done some of these, most of these already, I'm kind of working in the background to kind of move forward through these things. I am recording those sessions too, just in case something goes wrong and I want to report it to Roli. I have video of what's happening. But I figured for the practice sessions we're doing, we can highlight through a certain things here and there. If I find something kind of interesting, I'll bring it up on the stream too. But I'm trying to not make it so back to the basics like it kind of is at this point, and just kind of continue working through stuff. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm going to drop, oops, that's not the button I wanted to push. We are started already. Never mind. Let me get rid of that one. Anyway, this is what I wanted. The link that I dropped in is a link to my mailing list. I send a link out, or I email out every Tuesday, and that kind of gives an overview of what happened the previous week. If there's something coming up, maybe I'll look at going ahead, and the schedule for the week. So generally it's pretty standard, but occasionally we do make changes to the schedule. I also will post this in the community section of my channel. I forgot to do that this week, but I'll post the schedule there too. And then anytime there's any updates or changes, I will post that into the community section of the YouTube channel also. But anyway, welcome. Hope you enjoy what's going on. If you are interested in finding out more about the Music Coach, I dropped a little link to that one in there. And then if you are interested in the Roli keyboard, any of the Roli equipment or the Roli Learn program, I'm dropping a link in there. This will give you a 20% discount if you decide to go down the path with Roli and do what I'm doing and having fun learning to play the piano again. That 20%, I don't get anything out of that other than just knowing that I've been able to refer somebody to have as much fun as I am having with the software and learning piano again after a long break of over 20 years. But anyway, let's jump into our practice window, and we will, like I said, we're going to jump in and work on the normal lessons in the class. So this one's going to be kind of an introduction again to practicing routines and that. So this may be, if you've been around for a while, this may be a repeat, but let's see.
Here are my top tips for creating a practice routine. First, short, focused, and regular sessions beat long, irregular sessions. I'd encourage you to set a daily practice goal. In fact, the app is designed to help this. If you practice for just 10 minutes every day, you'll maintain your streak. You can set target goals to build up your practice sessions over time. Think about habit stacking your practice, latching it on to an already existing habit. Try to find time to practice during, before, or after something you do every day, like waiting for your tea to warm up or going to bed. Prompting yourself, maybe by setting a reminder on your phone, can be a really good way to do this too. And your environment can make a big difference. Research shows that having a visual reminder can really help when trying to develop new habits. So why not try and leave your keyboard out somewhere convenient where you'll see it every day? Keep these tips in mind. You don't have to do everything all at once, but you can see what works for you.
Hey, Maggie, welcome. So we ran into this again, where the video ends and it doesn't move into the next lesson. One of the things that she was talking about was creating habits or a reason. That is one of the reasons why I started live streaming this, is it's a way to keep me accountable for practicing every day. And so I don't skip a day. There is going to be a period of a little over a week in April where I will not be streaming because I will be in London, helping my company with a conference and stuff over there. So there may be occasions where there should be breaks, or there could be breaks, but that's not the plan and the intent. So let's see if we can get back to where we see it didn't check it off. So let's see if we can jump through this and get to the
Here are
end.
my top tips for to help you. You can see what.
Oh, interesting. Now it's not even restarted. Okay, we're going to skip over this. I'll figure that one out, see if I can get it to clear up.
Für Elise by Beethoven is one of the most popular classical songs of all time. Let's fill in some of the gaps in this famous melody. You'll be using the blue, purple and red keys, also called A, B and C. There are two different patterns you'll need to learn. Here's the first one. Start on the blue key, A, then step up to purple, B, then up again to red. Try it with me. The second pattern goes like this. Blue, then purple, then back down to blue, or A, B, A. Great! Now try playing along to the click with me to get the timing perfect. Now you're ready to play the song at full speed with a backing track. Keep practicing until you master it.
Well, this one, it worked. Okay. I do like the two ladies' teaching styles. And one of the things that she did, and Jeff brought this up the other day, was it was either Jeff or Marianne, I can't remember, talking about the fingering and the notes, because she'll talk about them in color, but then she also goes back and relates the key, C, D, E, to the notes too, which I think is very good. The two guys that they've had in, and I don't know if the one guy is going to be, if he's in this series, I haven't run into him yet, the Mr. One Finger guy, as I refer to him, they aren't quite like the ladies. I mean, they also talk about, they give you an option of playing with just one finger if you wish to, but they also give you the actual fingering that should go into this, that you should be using, and which you can use if you don't. Whereas that other guy, I can't think of his name offhand. We were doing Alfie. Doesn't do a lot of that. It's all about, playing with one finger, which for me gets very confusing. And so I usually try to come up with my own fingering so I don't have to deal with one finger. But let's jump into the next one. So far, so good.
Chopin's Waltz in A minor has a repeating bass line that's fun to play and easy to remember. You'll need to play the blue, orange, turquoise and red notes. These notes are called A, D, G and C. Try copying my fingers as I play the bass line if you like, or just use one finger to get used to the notes.
So I was turning on the numbering. Is that right? Yeah.
Now let's bring it up to full speed. You'll play a note once every 3 clicks, like this. Blue, orange, turquoise,
We're out of
red.
sync. Interesting.
A, D.
Hang on. When this happens, come on. Restart it back. That's interesting. And it was fine earlier. Okay, let's go back in here. See what. Skip ahead.
Chopin's Waltz in A minor has a repeating.
Oops, here we go. Yes, it does. The metronome does help.
Is an easy nursery rhyme to learn. Then you get a little break as the song continues in the backing track. We're going to
feel like
fill
a
in the
kid
gaps
again.
to most
Hey,
of the song
Albs.
with the red, orange and yellow keys, like this: C, D and E. The opening goes like this. Follow along. Get ready to start playing again soon. If you know the song, think about the timing of the words to help you get it right.
Not bad. Okay. Go
Hey,
to the next
Alfie
one.
here, and today we're going to learn Perfect by Ed Sheeran. In many ways, a perfect pop song. A British journalist once asked Ed Sheeran, out of his entire output of songs, which is his most defining? And he said it was Perfect. A song that he wrote about his now wife. They were in school together a long time ago. They went their separate ways, and they got back time. So they finally got back together. Different fingers, starting with the thumb, which we call finger 1. Index finger would be finger 2. Middle finger 3, then 4, then 5. And I'll refer to them by their number names. We have 4 beats, so we're going to count in groups of 4. We'll start with 1 on this raised note. It's kind of blue. It's actually right near A. The note name is A flat. If you have A here, imagine taking A and then flattening it down to here. That's A flat. The next note is this green note, so 1 on green, then 3 on this pinkish reddish note. Again, it's raised, and in this case, if this is D, imagine taking D and flattening it down to this. So this would be D flat with my 3rd finger. And then this yellowish note with 2 would be an E flat. So the 4 notes are A flat, F, D flat, and E flat. So now that we know the notes and the fingers, we can count with it. 4 beats for each note. Now let's practice the verse. All you really need to remember is the finger numbers and the pattern. The finger numbers again, 1, 1, 3, 2. Then that just repeats, and that's really all there is to it. When I'm playing along with the backing track, I like to pretend.
So the one thing I don't understand, does it again. The one thing that I don't understand is why we go from here
that on the
to
bass
here.
guitar.
Oh, you're going to start talking again. Great.
Hey, Alfie here, and today we're going to learn Perfect by Ed Sheeran, and he's together. And you can.
The thing, he's using the thumb and moving around. I don't understand why he just used the whole hand, but that's me. Anyway,
You hear him reference that.
You've been.
One.
Come on.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead.
Plus, the sound seems to change.
I found a love.
This seems less quieter than the other ones were.
Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a love for me. Darling, just dive.
The other reason I'm working through the lessons ahead of time is to kind of get back up to where we're actually playing more music. No?
Now let's jump right into the chorus, which you actually already know. It's the same pattern with just one little tweak at the end. So we know our finger numbers. We have finger 1, 1 again, 3, and then instead of the last note being 2, we do a little leap here. So I'll show you that again. 1, 1, 3, and then after 3, you're leaping to 5, which is the pinky. Leap to 5 here, back on that A flat. And then thumb up here. Now let's do it with the count. Remember, it's the same pattern you know from the verse,
This
but
seemed
at the
confusing,
end,
but
it changes, where you have a leap to your pinky and then your thumb. So watch as I count along, and just remember to see where I leap to my pinky, and then I'm going to play a little bit sooner with my thumb. Now let's practice the chorus. Most of the chorus should be pretty easy because we learned that in the verse, but we have that tricky part just at the end where we leap to our pinky and then we play a bit faster. Well, musicians have a little trick where whenever we encounter a tricky part in a song, we can shrink it down to just that part and kind of put it on loop. It's kind of the idea, practice makes perfect, do it over and over again. So you can practice that part where you jump from 3 to 5.
it'd be
3
nice if they had the loop part in
to
here
5.
where you could turn it on.
And when
but
that
it's
jump
not.
is easy, add in the 1. 3, 5, 1. So with that, now let's practice.
Seems awfully quiet. No, we're not doing, sorry. Okay, we're going to start in here.
We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. But darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is.
See if we're getting close. Oh, we made it. Yay! So we've hit the streak. I just want to check the... Okay, it's got a white circle, so we'll see if that holds. Let's see, what's... We're going to go ahead and try this last one, see if we can get out of this.
Now let's put the verse and chorus together, just like it goes in the real song.
Let's... We're not doing the slows.
I I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were that someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time, but darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark.
Now you've learned the bass part, which is the skeleton of the whole song. In future lessons, we'll add the right hand, we'll learn the melody, all with the bass continuing underneath, and lots more practice, because at the end of the day, practice makes perfect.
Okay. We're going to do the chopstick thing. That's a quickie shorty thing, and then we'll quit for the day. I'm trying to get through this lesson.
Fill in the gaps to chops. In this challenge, you'll fill in the gaps to Chopsticks by Euphemia Allen.
Yay! Old stars. So what I wanted to, the reason I did that is we finished out that whole, we finished out that course part. So we go into course 5 starting tomorrow. And I may go through and do some of this just to kind of see. Actually, I'm going to do a real quick peek here. I just want to see if
Let's learn another
Okay.
song.
I was just checking to see who the coach was for that. Anyway, I think that's what we're going to end with today. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific time. And thanks, Maggie. Gretchen says the same thing. She turns it on and she works on some stuff in the background and just kind of listens to me plunking around and hitting notes and stuff like that. As the player of the piano, sometimes it's very relaxing. Sometimes it's kind of challenging and stressful, but it is incredibly enjoyable. I can't even begin to describe the joy this has brought back into my life playing the piano. It's so cool. But anyway, that's it for today. We're going to, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue on. I'm probably going to go through and play some of these a little bit more. We did get our streak in, so we're good there. Hey, Maestro. Maestro's making an appearance in the background. But that's it. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.